Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. You know, every single day, literally thousands of creators hit that upload button. They pour hours and hours of energy into their content, and then absolute silence. Crickets. Today, we're going to uncover the hidden trap that almost all of them are falling right into.
99%. Let that number sink in for a second. That is the staggering percentage of channels that just never grow. And I want to be crystal clear right out of the gate here. They aren't failing because of bad luck. There's no magical algorithm out to get them. No, they're failing because they are making the exact same, entirely avoidable mistakes over and over again. They hit a wall, get frustrated, and eventually they just disappear. So, this brings us to the core mystery of our explainer today. What actually separates the successful creators from absolutely everyone else? I mean, why do some channels seem to just explode overnight and capture millions of eyeballs, while others can upload for years to an empty room? Well, we are going to crack that code. We're breaking down the exact secrets top creators use and showing you how to pull yourself out of that 99% and into the top tier.
Let's dive right in with part 1, the autopsy. We're going to look at exactly why channels die, starting right at the foundation. Okay, so the first massive hurdle is this constant battle between waiting for inspiration to strike versus building ruthless consistency. Look, we all know that feeling, right? Wanting to wait until we're perfectly motivated to film. But here's the harsh truth. If you only create when the mood strikes, you are always going to lose to the person who sticks to a strict schedule. Consistency absolutely beats fleeting motivation every single time. Success belongs to the people who just keep showing up. But beyond just showing up, you've got to make things people actually want to watch. You could spend 20 hours on cinematic, Hollywood-level editing, but honestly, it is completely useless if nobody is actually searching for your topic. Making content that's purely about yourself, that is a fast track to 0 views. The top 1% are out there solving problems or answering questions that their target audience already has. To do this, you've got to use search tools, study what your successful competitors are doing, research broader trends, and deeply understand what your specific audience cares about before you ever hit record.
Moving on to part 2, packaging. This is all about that crucial first impression.
So let's say you're actually making something people want. Awesome. But even brilliant content is going to die an invisible death if it isn't packaged perfectly for the viewer. Think of your thumbnail like a giant billboard on a busy highway. If you want to be in the top 1%, your thumbnail's anatomy needs high contrast, a very clear subject, and strong emotion. You want bright colors. And hey, if you're using text, keep it incredibly simple. But above all else, it absolutely has to spark curiosity. Without those elements, viewers are just going to speed right past your masterpiece.
And titles are just as critical. Imagine naming a video My Vlog Episode 4. Think about it. That offers absolutely 0 value to a total stranger. But if you flip that to something like I tried the 1% rule for 30 days, suddenly, wow, you have a powerhouse title. Strong titles practically force a click because they outline a clear benefit, they use numbers, and they tap directly into our emotional triggers. They're simple, sure, but they instantly make the viewer think, wait, I need to know what happens.
All right, so once they actually click, the clock starts ticking. To survive that super critical 30-second window, you have to ditch those long, self-indulgent intros. They literally destroy audience retention in seconds. You've got to get straight to the point, continually build on that curiosity, and deliver value immediately. Seriously, do not make your audience wait for the good stuff. Give it to them right away. Which brings us to part 3, blind spots. These are the analytics and mindset traps that keep creators completely stuck in the mud.
Now, I know a lot of creators are absolutely terrified of analytics, but let's demystify them for a second. Take click-through rate, or CTR. It's really just the percentage of people who saw your packaging and actually decided to click. Then you have things like audience retention and watch time. We need to stop viewing these as some kind of confusing, scary math test and start viewing them as your audience speaking directly to you. Your analytics are telling you exactly when viewers got bored and bounced, or what thumbnail completely failed to grab their attention. It's basically a cheat sheet.
And ignoring these numbers leads to a massive goal-setting trap, the amateur obsession with subscriber counts. Let me tell you, subscribers mean absolutely nothing if those people aren't actually clicking on and watching your new uploads. The top-tier creators, they focus on the real goals: watch time, audience satisfaction, and viewer loyalty. Earning high retention from viewers who actually care is infinitely more valuable than just hoarding thousands of inactive ghost subscribers.
Another huge trap is the fear of imperfection. Creators get paralyzed because they want their upload to be totally flawless, Or on the flip side, they just blindly copy bigger creators without adding any of their own unique value. But here's the reality check. Perfect videos do not exist. Sure, getting inspired is great, but blind copying isn't going to get you anywhere. True growth comes through repetition. It's about treating every single upload as practice and slowly, over time, injecting your own unique personality and style into your format.
So let's talk about the solution. Part 4, the blueprint. How to actually develop that elusive 1% mindset.
If you look closely, the absolute top creators all share specific traits that form this cohesive philosophy. First off, they are incredibly patient. They know this is a marathon, not a sprint. They are relentlessly consistent and just ruthlessly data-driven, and they absolutely refuse to quit. But perhaps the most important trait of all, they are completely laser-focused on serving their audience rather than just serving their own egos. It's all about the viewer.
All right, let's get practical. Part 5, the action plan. Here are your concrete steps for real growth.
To gain any real algorithmic traction, you have to stop confusing the system. Step 1, pick one specific niche and stick to it with a consistent upload schedule. From there, your only job is to improve just one single element per upload. Maybe this week you focus on making slightly higher contrast thumbnails. Then you check your weekly analytics to measure the exact impact of that one change. It's all about marginal gains.
Alongside that consistency, you've got to master your hooks. Write stronger, curiosity-driven titles, and please, ditch those long intros so you can capture viewers instantly in those first 30 seconds. Above all else, stay patient. Never stop learning from your own data, and just keep creating. This kind of long-term commitment to continuous creation and tiny incremental improvements, that is the ultimate secret weapon in this space.
As we wrap up, I really want to leave you with this thought. The difference between creators who succeed and those who just disappear. It isn't talent, it's persistence. Think about it. Every single massive creator you look up to today once had 0 views, 0 subscribers, and yeah, probably 0 confidence too. The only reason they made it to the top is because they simply refused to quit. So here's the deal. Your next upload could be the one that changes absolutely everything for you. The question is, are you ready to stop copying, stop waiting around for motivation, and actually start improving? Thank you so much for tuning into this explainer. Now get out there and go make something great.